By now, you probably know wire EDM can do some incredible things. It can cut really hard materials, complex profiles, and it's super precise. The only downside is it's notoriously slow. But what if we could speed it up by changing one thing? This is a premium zinc-coated wire. Today, we're going to put that theory to the test by cutting two identical parts, one using standard hard brass wire and the other using Sodick's Z+ wire. Let's get started. The reason we're using standard uncoated hard brass wire as our baseline is because it's probably the most popular wire type used in a wire EDM machine. It consists of about 35 to 37% zinc, and it's a really good general purpose wire that's cost effective and works for most things. But it doesn't offer a lot of performance benefits. So to get started, we're going to cut one of these 304 stainless parts using our uncoated brass wire, and that's going to give us a good baseline to compare our Z+ wire to. Now that we're all set up, let's get to machining. In addition to comparing cycle time, we're also going to compare wire usage for both of these parts. Now, Sodick has a feature called iGroove, and I'll explain to you exactly how that works later. But to establish our baseline, we're selecting technology from a library that doesn't have iGroove activated, which is standard for wire EDMs that don't have the iGroove feature. But when we go to run the zinc wire, we're going to select from this library right here that activates iGroove, so we're not only going to be cutting faster, but we're going to save wire in the process. Alright guys, so we are finished running our uncoated brass wire and we established our baseline. We cut our part with a cycle time of 5 hours, 1 minute and 46 seconds, and we used 2,855 meters of wire. Now we're going to cut our second part using our Sodick Z+ wire, and we're going to activate iGroove, and then we'll see what the difference is. I'm going to get a little nerdy for a second, so bear with me. Let's talk about what makes this wire perform better. It's a 60-40 wire, which means it's 60% copper and 40% zinc. It's also gamma phase treated, and that's referring to a layer of zinc-rich alloy on the surface that's created through a process called diffusion annealing. Now that zinc layer is going to do two things. It's going to improve the conductivity of the wire, and it's going to lower the vaporization point. That should make it more efficient at generating sparks and eroding material during the EDM process, and that should improve our material removal rates. Now that we know a little bit about the wire, let's put it to the test and cut our second part and see what happens. Alright, so we just pulled our slug and we're now on to the skim cuts. And for our second part, we activated a feature called iGroove. This is going to help us save on consumables, and it's unique only to Sodick. The way it works is in the lower head, they have a pulley that they're going to offset to one side or the other, and that is going to actually rotate our wire during the skim cuts. If you've ever ran a wire before, you know that every other machine, the wire feeds straight through the burn, only using one small section on the side of the wire. But since this machine rotates the wire, it's going to allow us to use the entirety of the outside of the wire, and because of that, we can slow down our wire speed and save on our wire usage. Another added benefit of running this Z+ wire is we should see an improved surface finish. For both of these parts, we're running a rough and 3 skim passes, but since we have higher zinc content on the surface of our Z+ wire, we should get a better surface finish on the part that we cut with that wire. We just finished cutting our second part with the Z+ wire, and I already know that it's faster, but let's see by how much. If we go into the program history on our control, it's going to tell us exactly how much wire we used and what our cut time is. So for our first part, we have a wire usage of 2,855 meters and a cut time of 5 hours, 1 minute, and 46 seconds. Let's see what we got with our Z+ wire. For our Z+ wire, we got a wire usage of 1,949 meters and a cut time of 3 hours, 28 minutes, and 2 seconds. So as you can see, by using the Z+ wire and activating iGroove, we were able to save roughly 30% on our cut time and roughly 30% on our wire usage. But is it worth it to invest in the premium Z+ wire? Well, let's break down the results over the course of a week or even a year if you're running this part in full production. There's 10,080 minutes in a week, and if we're running about 75% machine uptime, that's going to give us 7,560 minutes to work with. For our uncoated brass wire, we had a cut time of 301 minutes. If we divide that out, that's going to give us 25 parts out the door per week. Let's take a look at what we get when we run our Z+ wire. We still have that same 7,560 minutes to work with, except this time our cut time was 208 minutes. If we divide that out, we get 36 parts out the door per week, or 11 more parts than we get with our uncoated brass wire. If we break that down over the course of a year, we're going to get 572 more parts out the door when we run our Z+ wire. Now, you're not going to see 30% savings consistently for every single part. Depending on the part's thickness or the material type or even the geometry of the part, you might see anywhere from 10 to 30%. But at this point, it's undeniable that when you switch to a premium wire like the Z+ wire, you are going to shave your cycle time. And when you use technology like iGroove, you're going to save on your wire usage. And when it comes to notoriously slow technology like wire EDM, being able to simply change out to a different wire and shave that cycle time and get more parts out the door is really, really crucial. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.